Hey Rebel Browser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7. We're at episode number 1619, and today, one more snippet of my conversation with David Triana of the Followers of the Force podcast. And today's episode, he and I are going to be swapping stories about our favorite Star Wars experiences, specifically our experiences since we have started our respective podcasts. And you can catch the entire conversation over on David's show, the Followers of the Force podcast. I do hope you'll go check out the whole hour-long conversation that he and I got to have. It's a heck of a lot of fun and covers a wide swath of time, like 40 years worth of time. It's pretty amazing, and I had a heck of a time in the conversation, so I'm very grateful to David for inviting me on the show. And so that clip will be coming up here in just a second. And before I load you into it, I just want to say thank you, as always, for joining me for an episode of Star Wars 7x7. I hope you'll subscribe to the show to make sure that you get your daily dose of Star Wars joy delivered right to you without you even having to think about it. And I also hope you'll consider supporting my efforts to bring you a daily dose of Star Wars joy at patreon.com/SW7x7. And it does just remain for me to say, for now, may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be. And without further ado, here is another part of my conversation with David Triana from the Followers of the Force podcast. I never went to a Star Wars celebration until I went to the one in Anaheim in 2015. And the fact that, my wife and I talked, very longingly about traveling to Europe, like we never did it in college or right after college, that's the perfect time where you wish you could, let's, while you don't have any, ties to a life or anything like that,
right.
Just go to Europe, just go. So I would say Celebration Europe in 2016, going to London and Ireland, and actually doing a live stream from Skellig Michael, and also doing it on the second anniversary of the podcast. So I was actually on Skellig Michael on 7/7/2016, and somehow got a cell phone signal from 8-9 miles out into the Atlantic Ocean. So good job, Verizon Wireless, and and whatever company they were working with in Ireland. But to be on Skellig Michael, and I was able to bring my older son with me for that I think, I don't think it would have happened if it wasn't for the podcast. And so that is probably, I think, the major highlight of having done the podcast, is being able to to go there. And what an incredible experience to be on that island. Not even just for the Star Wars experience of it, and it was also the first Star Wars set I had been on, technically. But I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing to be there and to hear the history of the the monks that were actually on that island in real life, and being out in the middle, literally in the middle of nowhere. You can't see land. You can only see Little Skellig next to you, and that's it. And it's just that people in nearly 1,000 years ago were actually on that island and there on purpose. Just is absolutely amazing. So that would have to be, I think, the major highlight, is that trip to Ireland and the trip to England for Celebration 2016 with my family with me for that whole thing.
That's awesome. And it's funny, I went to Ireland many years ago, in I want to say 2004. And now I look back and I'm like, man, if I would have known this would one day be a Star Wars location, I definitely would have gone. And it's also a reason why my dad wants us to go to New Zealand to visit the old Lord of the Rings sets.
Oh yeah,
where they filmed all that stuff. So that's awesome that you're able to do that. That's really, really cool. Are you have any plans on going to Celebration next year, or just gonna hang out?
Oh, I already have my tickets.
Oh.
We're booked for. I'm booked for the whole 5 days, and my family is gonna drop in on one of the days, but we have friends that are also in Chicago, so the family is going to be able to go visit with some of those folks as well. And I'm already planning for Chicago.
And I'm so jealous.
You're not going to be there?
No, I was there I was at Celebration Orlando last year.
Awesome. Okay.
And I was there. You know, I did the whole sleeping overnight at the convention center thing. I was there Wednesday night for the 40th panel, Thursday night for the Last Jedi panel, and man, those two were amazing.
Yeah. Were you actually in the room, in the live room for the 40th?
Yeah.
That's excellent. I was not.
Me and my dad.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah. We were sitting there, and then Kathleen Kennedy comes out, and she's about to introduce George, and we look at each other like, wait, is he here? And then he walks out on stage, and then, you know, they bring out all these people, and then Harrison shows up, and we can't believe that. But then the cherry on top was the Carrie Fisher tribute, and then we're watching Billy Lord speak, and then we see curtains open. We're like, wait, who's over there? And then it's John Williams, and everyone just loses it. And then all he does, this is the power that John Williams has. All he does is he goes like this with his hand to like shush people, and everybody just shuts up in like 5 seconds.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, the power that this man has. But yeah, that'll be a memory that I will never forget. And being able to share with my dad there for the 40th panel, when he was, you know, there on opening night in '77 to see Star Wars. That's a memory I will never forget.
That's a beautiful moment.
It's so awesome.
Not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the force be with them. All original content is copyright 2018 Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.